All right, they have a hit monkey. I have a Modoc. I want to wait until we get a little bit closer to turn 4 for this Iceman, because I want Iceman to be more likely to hit Modoc, ideally. Although now we're bouncing him, I suppose. Have the extra energy here, so might as well Nico. They shouldn't be interfacing with Clintar, so it's fine if we put the Toxin into there. I think at this point, I don't care about Icemanning again. Chavez is gonna pump out 3+3s this game. Is that going to be enough though? I think I want to leave this spot open in case we have a big beast on top of the deck, yep. So 2 swarms and a 1/4 scorn. I got good news. Our hood doesn't have a penalty. Hood took those buffs like a champ, yep. So Sage is only 8 on the right, up to 24. They could have +12 here with Apocalypse off the top. All getting cooked. They had a pretty decent draw that game too, right? Like they had Modoc on 5. I guess they were missing another good scaler. They only had Morbius for numbers. Not that our draw was particularly insane either. We didn't have a big hit monkey or multiple demons. Hello, opponent. Yeah, Chavez added, what, 11 points to the board that game? She added 3 plus 3s. I believe our opponent is DC'd. Man, do I re-roll the bar? Or I just accept that we could draw Hood? I'm just gonna accept that we could draw Hood. You're gonna draw what, Hogland? You ain't drawing shit. So mad. I am so mad that Nico doesn't 2x in my hand, but Kid Omega gains power while he's in the destroy zone. That really isn't remotely right. Like, it's crazy how wrong that is. Like, actually verifiably nuts that it works that way.
Victory. Opponent snapped. Oh, snap.
Can I get a Hood? Can I get a Hood? We cannot. That's fine. We'll probably probably bast the Castle Zemo. I think I want to do this turn so I can Chavez again, yeah? Where'd the second cake come from? Frigga, okay. Frigga, yep. What do we think of this? This lets Sable and Chavez get into the right. I need to remember that Zemo is still active for us at the end of the game. Moon Girl, Quinjet, and Scary. Monkey's interesting. What if I do this in the center? And then if they fill, I still have 15. Yeah, it's either 13 or 15 for us, and we give them a best. In the worst case. And then they might think we just can't compete center. And then we like play a bit. So this is 2, 3, 4. So that means this is 14. And then I have to decide, am I doing this here or am I playing hard for the sides? They might think we can't compete here. This is 14, 17, 25. I kind of like playing for all three. But if they punt one, we could be in trouble. Yeah, they got us. We are 2 short on the left. 3 short technically. We were losing the breaker. I win this if we punt the center and play hard for the left and the right with Sage. I could have gone Hit Monkey, Chavez, Sable, Sage. Iceman early, we hit like a Victoria, Frigo, or Moon Girl, or Collector, could throw their whole curve off. Am I interested in bouncing Surge? I don't think so. This puts me up to 6 cards in hand. Oh, it's such a wide range of stuff they could have gotten there. A little bit of an expansion diff. That's pretty good. What do we think of this? And then next turn we go like Iceman Beast over here and pick the Hit Monkey up. Nick him into it. Jelly Bean, thank you for the 66 months. Welcome back. Is Sage replaceable? You could play like Bishop in her slot. It means you can't conceal your point output range as much, but that's all right. Yeah, they got Hood out of the Mirage. So this will put these 3 back in my hand. And then Toxin would put Surge back in my hand. That's not very good. I guess it gets me more points in the center, though. Takes me from a 1 to a 5 in that slot. Do we throw Iceman to the right to get Wasp? That's an interesting question. No, because then I don't. The Iceman will be a 0. I think it's this. Yeah, the Iceman is free anyways. Think of this. Gives me 12, 17 on the right. Might not be enough. Well, they just didn't play for the left at all. I lost a fucking Kahori RNG. That's very frustrating. They had 4 Kahori hits and 3 of them went right. I guess one of them going right is enough to win them here. Because if they only get one of them there, it's still 21 to 21, and then I lose the breaker, right? Because they'd be +2 somewhere else. But obviously I could flip the coin different. Yeah, the expansion diff mattered. Game was very close considering that they got what? +6 from the expansion. Greek Portal not doing us any favors with our hand size either. Sagna, thank you for the 27 months. Welcome back. Freaking Hellfire Club, my personal feature location. Lisa Sacrims and Cosmos, I suppose.
I found the rock.
That's so fucking rude. Wait, we drew it anyways? Sometimes lucky. The old 1 in 9. T-Rex me daddy. How do you feel about Torres and Bounce? I think he's trash, that's why I'm not playing him.
Hey, I found a rock.
Opponent snapped.
People like this who think they're being clever with emotes are such massive dickheads. I really wish Second Dinner wouldn't give priority to these people and would let us play the game in fucking peace. Let me opt out of experiencing these people being absolute jagoffs. Sage in the center is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13. That's pretty good. I might just do nothing here, honestly. I'm going to keep priority either way. I don't want them to know where they should stick the warhead. If I don't play anything, their teenage warhead has no text. I guess I could technically count this. The Darkhawk is 13, 14, 17. I'm going to be 17, 18 over here. Is that math right? There's 10 in my deck, which makes this 13, and then it's 14, and then it's 17, and then I'm 12, 15, 20 over here once I lose the Monster Metropolis bonus, and then I'm winning the center. So I'm beating Galactus anywhere, assuming this is a Darkhawk. Yeah, them discarding Black Cat means this is Darkhawk. That's interesting. Putting 3 rocks into your deck. Neat strategy. Interesting strategy, gamer.
Victory.
Oh yeah, we're gonna sweat 2 to 10. Sure are. What a freaking video gamer. You can always tell with some of these people. You can always tell. Do you guys know which year this bro is in this game? Does he shop with money a lot? Wow. Are you coming into my channel and accusing me of spending money on a game that I get for free? What kind of unreasonable mark would you have to be to spend money on a game that you can get for free? What kind of sucker do you think I am, spending money on a free game? Oh yeah, Sanctum Sanctorum in the location they played 2 face down, followed by Vibranium Mines in their Darkhawk deck. This matchmaking's not rigged at all. It's not rigged at all. Low-key Supergiant is like polarizingly good against us also, yeah? Oh my goodness, they just thought I can't get into... They just thought I can't get into the center. Oh, Poppy. Oh, Poppy! Yeah, Makari with the jump scare here a little bit. Thankfully, Miko is my girl. She would never steer me wrong. Yeah, definitely not being ghosted. Just a sweaty nerd. Man, we played circles around their good variants. I struggle to reach like 5,000 on the ladder, even though I play every day for like 3 years. Well, I mean, for reference, I know this probably isn't what you want to hear. Being successful on the Marvel Snap ladder has nothing to do with how much money you spend or don't spend. If you're struggling to find success in Marvel Snap, it's because you're not good at the game. Marvel Snap is a game that has plenty of variance in it, like any card game, but it also has plenty of opportunities to leverage skill, and if you're playing it plenty, you're going to. It could be maybe you don't play a lot. If you only play a few games a day, you're not going to be at the tippy top either. But if you're putting in the time, you're going to find success if you're good at what you're doing. This archetype is so satisfying to play. I don't know that it's very good, but I enjoy it a ton. Not an amazing bast, but fine. Get silver sable kicked off here. My number one, I'm looking to get better at Marvel Snap kind of barometer as advice I like to give to people, is that if you are not retreating in games that you snapped in with some frequency, you're either not retreating enough, not snapping enough, or likely a combination of the two. Because the way Snap works, it's definitely possible to be mechanically good at the game, but not leverage the betting mechanics to find the success you're hoping for. Okay, so with Hellfire Club being our own personal feature location, I think we're toxining here to keep them honest. And then the goal here is going to be to set up Beast on turn 5, so our ones have the option to play into Hellfire Club on 6. This gives me 1 extra card draw, yeah? Alternatively, I could just do this, and then I get 2 extra card draws, and then I can beast back 3 1s here next turn, giving me maximum hit monkey value. I'm kind of into that. Victoria Hand's been really popular today. Yeah, I mean, she's a very powerful card. This is also, Jurgi and I think Jurgi's a Hoaglandian. Jace is definitely a Hoaglandian. But Jurgi, I think, was a Hoaglandian as well. The other person we played against earlier playing this archetype. Or playing Victoria Hand stuff. So we'll do this, and then I have 3 0 energy cards and 2 3s to play in the last turn of the game here. Hoping for demon mode or +2 on Nico. Location reroll, not particularly exciting. So my hit monkey is 11. And my opponent has a 6 drop from Valentina that has +2 points of power when you account for all of its penalties. My Sage on the right with An Iceman here is 8. With Sable there, it's 10. I think it's this. I think it's this. I end up a little bit short here, yeah. God, my 50-50 flips have been so terrible today. Every single time we've had this end of turn, our location variance didn't help. You know, Kiln was obviously terrible for us. The problem here is if they would have had a decent size 6 drop from Valentina, I'd have to play here. I have to play like this in order to beat it. But then when they have decent size 6 drop plus another free really large thing, the fact that their randomly generated one was also super cheap didn't do us any favors. Alright, I'm gonna play some more of this deck. Our record's only okay, but I do really enjoy playing this type of Marvel stat. We're gonna take a brief pause for the cause to let some adverts roll. If you're enjoying the content this afternoon, make sure you tap the like button on the YouTube side. Don't go anywhere, gamers. We're gonna be playing for a little bit yet. Cole Jack, thank you for the 28 months. Appreciate the over 2 years. Welcome back. You know, it's funny, Mythweaver. My wife and I are actually watching through The Handmaid's Tale right now, too. A lot of you are correct that there are a lot of disturbing parallels. We were having a discussion the other day about at what point should they have realized they should have started trying to get out of the country sooner. The old frog in the boiling pot of water. In related news, I'm going to pursue getting passports for my children. Seems like a thing that'll be useful to just have on hand. Flamester, thank you for the 2 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Do you think buffed Chavez is better than Hawkeye? I think so. She conceals the power that you have and where it's going. Angry Sloth, thank you for the 17 months. Welcome back. We basically always Iceman on 1 over Silver Sable. We could draw a Bass to make the Silver Sable slightly better, and Iceman randomly tagging a 2-drop has a ton of upside and disrupting my opponent's curve if that's an option. Soccer Trev, thanks for dropping off the primer again. Appreciate the 15 months.
Breaking news.
Alright, well, we didn't hit that one. With 3 bounce cards in my hand, do I ever just like try and maximize? I think I might just pick the Iceman back up here. What do we think of this? And then we go Silver, Sable, Beast here, and then we Toxin a bunch of friends back. Like giving Sable, I'm giving Beast -2 to give Sable +3. How I feel about that. The first time I started watching your channel, it was a few months after I started playing. There was a gorgeous card variant. We had to pick a creator we thought would win. I hadn't watched any Marvel Snap content before, so I picked a random one. And here we are. What's going on? Curing Soup. Appreciate the support many months later. Probably punting here, yeah? Maybe? We have a hard time contesting nowhere, which is unfortunate. Oh, what's the Nightmare Star brand? Good call. Oh, the Nightmare Star brand is Nightmare. That's funny. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this is 13 over here.
Victory.
Feel like I wish I had a copy of Black Swan or something else to cheat on energy in a lot of these games.
Victory.
My hitmonkeys have not felt particularly impressive. Oh, they felt a little clunky. Our personal feature location continues. Like, thankfully, Beast is doing work. Didn't you just put Black Swan in the king tier? I did, yeah. That was missing the context of Mr. Fantastic First Steps. Recently getting reworked.
Oh, snap. Victory.
Marvel Retreat is so boring. Should have snapped them on one, having faith. Yeah, to the person I just banned because they came into the stream and admitted they were ghosting us. If you use your Prime sub, I'll unban you. Otherwise, please go away. We'll accept $250 from Jeffrey Bezos as penance. Otherwise, bye, Felicia. This is an interesting combination of locations. Because I could force copied Hitmonkey and Sage to go into the Nexus by filling the right. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, shit. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind! Jeff, did you talk about the developer update yet? The YouTube channel is flooded with comments about too many cards. I don't understand people who want to play card games that don't release cards. It's deeply confusing to me that you would want to play a card game that doesn't release cards.
Opponent snapped.
I think I can win this, but my brain also hurts.
Snap.
No, this is right. This is right. Final answer. This is bigger than Hitmonkey would be, right? Because Hitmonkey would be. This is gonna be 2, 4. This is 8 to the center, and then 8 in the center. It's at least 4 plus whatever they play, and then in the center she's gonna be 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Oh wait, can I play Hitmonkey in the center? No. Will it beat their Infinite? I don't know, but it sounds fun. Switch the order of the sages. Why? Order of the sages shouldn't matter. Or why would the order of the sages matter? I think we're bigger than Infinite. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that big dub 6 drop, chat. Yeah, big old W6 drop. That was exactly how we drew it up, too, right? We're like, I said, when this one flipped up and this one flipped up, I was like, all right, we can fill the Hellfire Club and dictate that our copies from Sinister London land here. Hello! Can you understand me? Marvel retreat. Marvel retreat. Do 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 boo boo. It's technically better to play the smaller stage to dodge random warheads. Yeah, that's honestly true. X. S'mores, thanks for the 19. How do you feel about the amount of cards they're releasing in the coming seasons and how it will impact the economy? I say, fuck your feelings. Your feelings aren't reality. I literally broke down what them releasing a bunch of Series 4 cards does to the economy in Marvel Snap months ago when they announced the economy rework. I'm so tired. Genuinely, the reason why I don't make economy-focused content for card games anymore is because I've lost my mind experiencing Marvel Snap, where I did a ton of numbers-based good data about economy stuff. And then everybody just ignored it and got mad anyways. I put so much work in to talking about how the economy functions in these games, and just no one gives a shit. It's all feels and no reals. Pure vibes based economy. No Hellfire Club is the game bugged. Yeah, making the economy videos is like just hugely negative EV. They are a ton of work for me to make well, and I feel mad with the result of them because people just ignore everything I said to them. Like it's just a zero upside proposition for me to make that kind of content. Yes, yeah, it's actually what I was talking about the other day. Seeing how people react to Second Dinner communicating with their player base, I understand why other game companies don't communicate with their player base. I think it actually costs Second Dinner money to communicate with their player base the way that they do. Also, by the way, we're bullshitting while I'm playing. Someone earlier was asking about Shang-Chi and Killmonger while playing this deck. Do you see how I've navigated this game? How I bounced my cards in the center on this turn, and now my opponent, who's almost assuredly a Killmonger deck, has priority? So I made explicit sequencing decisions over the course of this game to navigate it to this spot where they can't Shang-Chi my She-Hulk, and they're only Killmongering a minimal amount of things. And they absolutely have 1,000 tech cards they are about to play out here, and that's why they're snapping. And we're gonna play around Teenage Warhead here as well as we sequence our cards. So they're gonna get +6 over here when they kill my demon. And then that puts them to 13. And then Nico plus this is 9 and 8 is 17. So I'm going to 20, and then I'll put these two in the center. So there's the Killmonger we predicted. So we're tied on the left, and then we should win the breaker here, I believe. Nice boomer snap. Yeah. They're up one over there. No, they're actually down over there. We're gonna win 2 lanes and tie the third. Nice tech card. Nice turn 6 snap. That is a clinic on how you manage priority and bounce. I want to make it really clear, because someone just said, even after I said fuck your feelings, the numbers are wrong about you releasing them too many cards. People really don't understand how much better Second Dinner made the Marvel Snap economy. Second Dinner is releasing almost twice as many cards as they previously released, and the dollar amount you have to spend to stay collection complete day one remained almost exactly the same. So if you're someone who's spending money on this game, you spend the exact same amount you did under the Spotlight cash system and get twice as many game pieces now. And if you're a free-to-play player or a small spender or a season pass player, you get more agency over which cards you get to skip and which ones that you get. And yes, absolutely, free-to-play players don't get every card for free, but they've never gotten every card for free, and they actually get a higher raw number of cards for free now while picking and choosing which ones they get at the same time. And fun fact, something they did do for small spenders that was a huge leg up to highlight how much better the economy is for small spenders too. Small spenders, season pass players spending $10 a month, they can get every series 5 card on release. In fact, this is actually funny. The complaining about the economy, actually, I think I have to take that back now. Because people bitched so much about the super premium pass card, I actually think season pass players no longer get every season 5 card for free, because this upcoming season, they changed the super premium pass card from series 4 to series 5 so they could release it so it wouldn't be exclusive. So by removing exclusivity and making it series 5 instead of series 4, I think it actually makes things a bit worse for the $10 a month spenders. Because I think, and obviously there's some wiggle room there, and there's some variance on opening snap pack bonuses, but I actually think there's a chance that them making that move actually means that season pass only players who are closer on resources are gonna miss on a series 5 kit occasionally now. Yeah, that's just, I really can't emphasize enough that it's like how I genuinely, by both vibes and the numbers that are run on both my personal vibe, and I say this as a vibe of someone who spent thousands of dollars in lots of these games. I think Marvel Snap has the best economy of any modern digital card game that's currently successful. I think their latest iteration, I think literally the only thing worth complaining about in the current Marvel Snap economy is that it's atrocious that you have to wait for the series 4 and 5 cards to cycle through the shop. I think we've finally gotten to a point where they've nailed all of the numbers on the economy perspective. And I think the only thing they need to fix or hammer on or change is it's silly that people who are missing lots of series 4 and 5 cards have to wait for the one that they want to cycle through the shop 3 times a day. I think that system's atrocious.
Victory.
But the actual how do the numbers line up in the economy? They are deeply and incredibly reasonable. Yes, that rotator in part is a holdover from the previous economy system, I think. I agree. I would agree with that. All right, well, so this is a convenient disconnect here at the end, or person leaving. I kind of wanted to wrap the bounce deck up on that perfect game where we outplayed that opponent amazingly by throwing priority into their boomer snap. But I also wanted to finish the gold conquest. Now I get to have my cake and eat it too. We won the gold conquest, and we get to end on that perfect game. I don't know how I feel about... I love the core of this deck, and it's a ton of fun to play. And Chavez felt genuinely good throughout the course of that set. However, part of me really wants to work a cost reducer in here. I think just Surge and Beast is not quite enough. And honestly, thinking about it, I wonder if we're just not a Bast bounce deck. I wonder if that's I kind of like all of the ones, and like Basting is only okay on some of our cards, And America Chavez actually makes Bast a bit worse because your Bast is downgrading anything you've Chavezed onto. So I know I put her in the stinky tier in the last tier list, but unironically here, I think we cut the Bast and slide Black Swan back in. One of the nice things about Black Swan is she gives you a lot more freedom to use your beast throughout the course of the game. Like, if you go back and watch a bunch of those games that I play, I had to be like really meticulous about when I was playing the beast. It was like really important that I had to play them on 5 so they could be free on 6 a lot. Yeah, we get to sneak another Creative House Pocket variant into the deck as well, which is obviously a huge upgrade. Yeah, I think I'd end here, and then obviously I need to change the name. I think I'm just gonna call this Classic Bounce at this point, honestly. It's fairly classical. I think Surge for aspiring bounce enjoyers at home. You're like, Jeff, I need to budget some cards. What can we budget? I think Surge is important. I think she's a cost reducer like Black Swan. Maybe you could get away with playing a copy of Hope Summers over one of these. Gives you extra energy, not perfect, but could be okay. You could maybe cope Wiccan in here as well. We've played Wiccan Bounce in the past, but like, I think you need 2 ways to kind of cheat on energy, so to speak. I like these the most, but there's some other options. Silver Sable can be another 1 energy card. Hawkeye or Rocket Raccoon, regular Hawkeye or Rocket Raccoon. Sage can be another scaler. You could play Collector or Bishop in here. Those have the downside of that their points are on the board, so they're a little bit more susceptible to tech cards, but they also have less strict timing restrictions in the mid to late game, which has value in and of itself. They're not a strictly worse thing. I do think you need Hitmonkey. I do think you need Toxin. I do think you need Nico Minaru. So this archetype honestly has a lot of flexibility in its higher series cards, which is nice. I think there's pretty reasonable substitutions for a lot of things at this point. No, you don't need Kair in this deck. The way you beat Killmonger is going back and watching that last game that we played, where like you play properly and you throw priority, so that way your opponent's tech cards don't impact you. The tech card that Bounce is actually really bad against, that's hard to play around, is Cosmo. As someone who's played so much of this archetype, Cosmo is the #1 card that just like catches you with your pants down with some frequency, where you're just like, well, if they have the Cosmo, we're just dead here. But any of the reactive tech cards, unless there's like an Invisible Woman involved, you can usually play around them with proper play. Make a note on that one.